want to come with me to the village, you can't bathe for a couple of days.
Yep.
And then she's at awe. At then we have to talk about gender as far as like masculine and feminine features, right? So she sees his face, she sees his hair, and he's like, oh my God, he's like completely drop dead gorgeous in the face. He looks like a girl. I really hate him because he looks like a bitch.
Yo, her reaction to this man every episode.
Every episode.
Like, do not touch me.
Because like the way they act with each other and stuff like that, like if they do end up with each other, we know it's not because of the beauty standards or whatever the fuck. It's like, nah, she loves you for you, my G. Like,
she hates it.
She hates it.
It took half an episode for her to find out that was a dude. Yep. Like, why are these women flocking to this next bitch? Like, oh, that's a nigga. Oh, okay. That's a man. Like, you know when she really get wild up and hot? When he took off his top and she had to put like ash on him or something. And he's
dirt and funk. Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, oh my God. I didn't know he worked out like that. Like, he's really gorgeous. Like, he's really nice and tight right here. This is nice. This is nice. Maybe I'd be nicer to him if he looked like this.
Nah. You're misrepresenting our girl Mau Mau. She wasn't thinking like, ooh, he's hot. She looked at him and said, ooh, that's a nice sturdy subject. I can test some points about that. I can dissect this.
Yo, he'll survive.
That is a body worthy of dissection.
Yeah.
That's the kind of doctor our girl is.
You are so right. I'm sorry, Brie. You're definitely right. But yeah, that's
just that kind of dynamic. It's so fun. It's like relatively fresh because we don't see that all that often.
No.
We're getting more and more kind of shoujo anime coming through each
your flavor.
season, but still, like high quality ones like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's rare. I love it. But okay, sorry. We've been on this one for a while. What else we got on
with every good reason? Hold on, with every good reason.
All of these have good reasons. We could spend an hour on every single one on this list.
Yeah, we could. So you know what? You're right. Let's go on to what we're doing. All right, for this one, I'm gonna let Jen say this title because I fuck it up every time. But this is the one that Jen actually said, nah, we need to talk about the whatever that shit is.
Oh, the Welcome to Demon School Arumakun?
Is that it? The Arumakun? Yes. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the other one.
No. That's a whole other conversation off camera.
Yeah. Welcome to Demon School. Yeah. Arumakun. All right.
It's a very interesting anime. I enjoy it quite much.
Can we say this one is wholesome?
It is at moments, like 90% of the time, and then 10% of the time they remind you they're demons. Like that's the whole dynamic of the show. Like you got a human kid who got sold to a devil, And you're like, oh my God, the kid's about to get eaten by the devil, Sullivan. And the demon was like, and Sullivan was like, oh, I kind of don't want to eat you. I kind of just want you to be my grandkid real quick. Because, my other two friends, they have grandkids and they've been
bragging.
Like, I can't have that. Like, am I pussy? Like, I can't lose. I'm Sullivan, bro. Like,
yo, can we at least have something to talk about at the senior center? Like, I would like to talk about my grandkids while I'm playing bingo. Like,
you feel
I'm
me?
not the
Like,
only
I'm
one.
tired of this. Every dinner, it's like, have you heard my grandkid started a gang and just beat up all the second years? And then, like, no, F that. So, and then, he puts his kid, Iruma, into like a demon high school, Babyliss. So you're like, all right, cool. He's at a demon. He has to like survive. Then you find out that Sullivan is the principal of said high school. And, you're thinking like, oh, it's like a typical slice of life. They're going to classes and everything. And then they remind you they're demons. Like one time they're freaking the theme song, the main school theme song
is about eating humans.
And Iruma's just sitting there just shitting bricks. Like he's just like,
fuck.
It's like, why am I here? Why am I here?
They're killing me. They're gonna kill me.
Yeah,
That's what he's thinking. They're gonna kill me.
I'm saying you got to see it. So yeah, and then it gets progressively wholesome, and then it gets progressively dangerous because they like to remind folks that they're demons. Like it's like, don't get it twisted. Yeah, that's my senpai, but senpai might have to get clapped. Like,
which I appreciate.
So would you consider this a slice of life?
Yeah,
because a lot of it is him just going to school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 90% of it is just, him going to school, being friends with these different personalities. And especially since demons deal with like families and bloodline stuff. So you see the dynamics of like their family, that you see how it rubs off on each character and stuff like that. Like, Asmodeus, he's one of the, one of Iruma's best friends, right? But his mom is like one of the 13 crowns, like one of the big 13 demons of the whole netherrealm that's like ruling the whole netherworld. And she's the demon of lust. So you're like trying to figure out what he's doing, but he doesn't show anything.
Incubus, I think.
Yeah.
A succubus?
Yeah.
She's a succubus.
I love
incubus, obviously.
And by definition, technically, Asmodeus is an incubus, but he doesn't show any traits of any sexuality or anything. All he's been doing was working on his fire magic.
Yeah.
And then
he's been working on being great.
In that aspect, because he's like, I don't want to deal with my over gushy mom, who is broken as fuck. Don't get it twisted. They remind you she's a demon, like, because she literally almost broke somebody on some, like, he tried to grab Iruma and he was under her protection at one point, and she stopped him and he was like, you think somebody's really gonna grab him from me? And chills went over this big brawling dude, and he was just like, nah, you got it. You're right. You're right. I don't want the smoke.
You got it. Wow.
Like, so yeah, it's a slice of life. It gets,
Yeah.
Again,
There's
it's like,
a
oh my
whole
God,
arc
best
about
friends.
like just a chick being bullied and just wanting friends, and she's giving them snacks and stuff, and Iruma shows up. It has all the slice of life tropes.
All of it. And then it reminds you they're demons. Like,
School
They
festival.
never slide off without letting you know, hey, listen, we're demons. Like you get
Just
like,
remember, if we find a human here,
we eating them.
lunch.
And then when they talk about their desires, because demons are about desires. So, they're talking about classes like, oh, I want to do good in this school and I want to do that. And then there's like, what's your motivation? And then it just goes left in their desires. Talking about, it's like, yo, I wanted to be, the greatest demon. I've always wanted to see the despair in demons' faces. And I'm just like, what am I reading? What am I watching? Like, what am I watching?
You gotta be like, okay, the next student. Oh,
But again, he's having a great time.
He's having a ball. He is having a fucking ball.
This is kind of an older manga anime. What brought this one to your attention?
I want to say, you know, like I was telling Patty, like was at the party or whatever, you know, you needed a balance and stuff like that. So I've seen some like shonen and I mean some seinen and stuff in that genre, but not like deep dived into it until maybe recently, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, let me just rip the band-aid off. Cause you know, I did start with like Orin High School.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, I blame the wife for that one. I had to read the manga because I needed to know who she ended up with because like they were pissing me off with the anime.
Oh, do you want to know?
Oh, I read the manga. I know.
Okay, you read the manga.
Okay, girl, I was upset.
In our karaoke party, did you see when we gave away the box set?
I think so.
So we gave away the box set, and Derby literally told me, "Why you had to tell her what it was?"
Yeah,
I said, "So what? We spent money on that. Let her know she got the best gift." She opened the gift. She went like this. She said, "God bless you."
Because y'all anime,
It's a classic.
y'all anime heads is waiting forever to resolve that fucking thing over there. So yeah, so I already did that, and then I ended up watching Fruit Baskets, the remake.
You've just lost Bree's faith.
I know, it's fine. And I got off of the shonen seinen after a while because Momoji, the tiger or the bunny story about his mom. I don't remember fully because it's been a while, but it was with the kid that his mom had to forget him because the knowledge of the curse and all that other shit.
Oh wait,
I don't know if it was
if it was basket, aren't you?
Yeah, Fruit Basket. But anyway, that broke me because I'm like, damn, your parents don't want you. So there's that.
Then you can't watch Stars Align then. I'm sorry.
No, listen. So I was going through that little phase and stuff like that. And then I saw like, you know, Aruma-kun. And I was like, oh, this looks interesting. So I saw the first episode. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know, his parents are these pieces of shit. Okay. That's cool. Probably gonna get sold off to a mob, and then you know the title was interesting. I'm like, demon school. Like, why is this kid going to demon school? Like, what the fuck? Like, what's happening here? Mm-hmm. And then the way they introduced it was, I'm thinking it was gonna be comedy, and then when they showed that 10%, that's when it told me, I'm like, oh, this thing's about to be complex.
Boom.
Mind blown. That's when I started. I'm like, all right, let me. And at the time when I started watching it, there was already like 7 episodes out of the first season. So I'm like, all right, let me watch this. Because normally I give like new anime like 3 episodes to see like where they at. After the 3rd episode, I was like, okay, I see what they're putting down. I'm cackling. I'm like, oh, we're in school. This is interesting. And then shit goes left. And I'm like, oh, this is wild. Okay. And then they started planting like groundwork for like deeper stories that's going to resolve later down the storyline. And I'm like, yeah, I need to read the manga because I need to understand why this is happening.
Yeah. But I just want to say that, yo, I'm so glad that you're on this episode because this is something that Black Ramen's been trying to showcase for ever since we were a thing. But I just want to say that, yo,
why this is happening.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that, yo, I'm so glad that you're on this episode because this is something that Black Ramen's been trying to showcase for ever since we were a thing.
Right.
So I feel like when you step into anime, it's okay to like what you like. Like, say for instance, you say, okay, there's a lot of people that say, okay, I don't really get into anime unless it's like, I need a good fight scene. Right. Which is typical because this is why shonen has become such a big demographic, you know? But it's okay to step out and check out other types of genre, other types of feel good. Or if you, what do you call that, masochist, and you want to hurt yourself and watch some sad anime, it's okay to do that too.
A sad anime.
I love a good cry.
Are you trying to lead into the next one on our list?
Yes, I am. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Lie on April. The way Your Lie on April has had me and never, like, first of all, April is my birthday month. That's another thing that kind of fuck with me too. So First of all, that's another anime that had great animation. They had no budget on animation. They had no budget on the soundtrack because first of all, the way they had all the because it's a can we call it a it's not a musical anime, is it a musical?
It is a music anime. You're lying.
Okay, it's a musical anime.
Yeah.
Like the poster child.
I mean, it's about a pianist and a violinist. So
You could
Literally,
really
they
hear
play
the
multiple
keys.
times, so
You
I
could
say
really- Yeah, you could
Like,
really hear the keys. You could
they are big
Yeah.
enough.
yeah,
You could really hear the
they
keys.
did competitions too. Like,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
they're fully
for
on
sure.
stage. They do competitions. It's
For
it's a
sure.
music anime.
he's definitely used to or is a prodigy. So
Of course.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's that whole scene where he's like, they're like, "Yo, how do you know how to play the piano?" What the fuck do you mean? I couldn't play the piano. I've heard you play.
I
can
does
play.
Fuck you, that's how. Like,
Like I walk, I talk. It's that same thing.
And we can't forget that this anime has also given us not only tears, but also one of the best OPs I've ever sang my heart out, knowing that I'm crying.
I tell you, it took me years to watch this anime because I think we all know at this point, Your
think I
Lie in
forced
April
you to do
is sad as hell. It is one of these guaranteed to make you cry.
I
and
didn't know
right
that
up
when I
there
watched
with
it.
I don't know
No,
how.
I didn't know
you
that.
You
I
didn't
watched
know?
it.
You didn't
No, because
know?
I watched it when it came out, so I had
Did
no
not-
idea.
no
Yeah,
idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think we all know at this point,
I
Your
think I
Lie in
forced you
April
to do
is sad as hell. It is one
Yeah.
of these guaranteed to make you cry.
I
and
didn't know
right
that
up
when I
there
watched
with
it.
I don't know
No.
how.
I didn't know that.
You
when I
You didn't
watched
know?
it.
You didn't
No, because
know?
I watched it when it came out, so I had
Did
no
not-
idea.
no
Yeah,
idea.
like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was
I didn't know.
that like?
Yo, man, let me tell. And again, this was like around my journey of just trying to expand my repertoire to see what I like. So I'm like, I play music. Like for realsies, I play music. This might be one of those music joints that I might enjoy and relate. I was a mess afterwards, bro.
Of course you were.
I
Of
was
course you
a
were.
whole
Chewed you up.
fucking mess.
Chewed you up. Chewed
I
you
was
up.
feeling feelings I didn't know existed. Like
Wait, did you binge it or watch it week to week?
I binged the whole thing.
Me too. I binged it. I
I'm
binged
sorry.
it.
I didn't mean to laugh.
I
at you like
binged
that,
it.
No,
I
no,
started
you-
questioning everything. I started saying that, yo, it's a lie. I went out to eat. The guy was like, "You want your receipt for what?" He was like, I'm just sad the whole way through.
Yo,
Like,
I do enjoy. I
anybody
think there's
think-
somebody who makes a TikTok like that, and they just go to the bar and they're like, "Yo, I need like a double shot of vodka." Oh, what you watch this week? Your Lie in April.
Yeah,
Here's
April.
the bottle.
Yo, it is the most beautiful, sad piece of work I've ever
It
seen
is.
in a long time.
Nah, it's up there.
it
It's up there.
is. Not to mention, we do have to check out the backstory of the main protagonist, like his mom, his teacher.
Yo,
It has layers.
Yo,
It has
is his mom
layers.
evil? Is his mom just stressed? Like, what's happening?
Listen, postpartum can go through many phases. You could be 4 years old with your kid. Your kid could be 4 years old. Postpartum is a bitch because the way her hair went down when she was in that play, bitch, like the way.
yo,
Why you ain't play it right?
And
And
then
but
that
I
pizza-
won. You ain't played
Bro.
right though.
Listen,
and then his PTSD from that, like,
Oh, for
and
sure.
the actual like seeing the symbol of him like be underwater, not being able to hear. I'm like, yo,
Music
That's
anime
true.
are the best for that. A good
Yo,
music
man.
anime, they're gonna show you something. You got
Yo,
Masaru Oto
that
and all of like
struck
the
me to my-
snowflakes.
Kono
Oh,
Oto is a good
Lord.
one. Where with her whole situation with her mom.
yes,
Oh,
yes. Oh my
These
god.
music and I'm telling you, if you want to feel something, watch a music anime.
yes.
yep.
Mhm.
You know?
If you done band, if you done like marching band and stuff, I recommend Sound of Euphonium.
Oh, yo, we just started rewatching that. Shout outs to you.
If you done band, if you done like marching band and stuff, I recommend Sound of Euphonium.
Oh, yo, we just started rewatching that. Shout outs to you.
I used to be a band, so I'm first of all PTSD because that audition PTSD. Because when he was doing that shit,
practice.
Yo,
I was like,
play this part. I know
fuck.
you ain't practiced.
because when he was doing that shit,
practice.
Yo,
I was like,
play this part. I know
fuck.
you ain't practiced. I
I
know
was
you
like,
didn't practice it yet.
fuck,
Play that. Huh?
I was like, nah, bro, this ain't life. I was about to call my music teacher. I was like, yo, bro, I'm sorry, man. Bro, I'm sorry. I can't. But you're lying, April, man. Like,
So
It
bad.
definitely pulls the heartstrings.
yo,
It's not. It's definitely a lie because the way that OP slap and you're like, oh, this sounds fun, and you're just like in the dark, just in your tears, just like,
rolled up in a burrito.
oh, this is not like in the
Almost
yeah.
held them in too until you get to just the last episode. I don't, just in case anyone hasn't seen this yet. This is one where I don't want to spoil too much, but just when it says the lie from April, I was like, no.
Yo, falling,
Oh.
Bree.
That's what I'm saying. This is one I don't
Falling.
want to spoil.
No, of
spoil
course
for
not.
anyone.
Falling, Bree. And if you're not crying,
Oh,
you're a
that's nasty.
sociopath.
100%.
Yeah, it's a
You're a
sociopath.
sociopath. You're a sociopath.
There's a few shows I really feel the FBI should just use to find sociopaths. Just play this for them.
That's one of
if
them.
they do not cry, arrest them immediately.
Immediately.
Just
That's
send
one
them
of
straight to Guantanamo. I don't care what justification you got to use.
Whatever black site. I don't care.
That's it. So, since we got Your Lie in April out, the reason I kept this title, because me and Jen had a very interesting conversation about characters in play in this
Man.
anime. So, ladies and gentlemen, sign of affection. So,
That anime has me in a chokehold. I'm sorry.
it's a
Jen,
beautiful.
I heard you had a bad opinion about this anime.
Wow, really, Bree? You gonna say it's a bad
Yes,
opinion?
because
Oh my
our
God.
man, the king of Riz, smoothest motherfucker that has existed today in all of anime, Mr. Itsuomi, let me into your world.
Okay. Let me
right over the face.
Let me explain something to you. Okay, you got to understand my disposition. All right, humans exasperate me, so I am always trying to see the shoe drop
Same as
and
Bree.
whatever.
Same as Bree.
So Your Lie in April burned me. I don't trust people. So it's like when Itsuyomi is doing all this heartfelt shit, I'm like, all right, there's got to be something fucked up about this. He's got to have some skeleton in his closet or
I
whatever.
thought that too.
Yeah,
for a little
same.
bit.
I didn't trust him.
I'm
Like,
just
the first half
saying.
of the series, he was too smooth.
You feel me? I'm like, wait a minute.
Episode
Hold
one,
on.
this got
Good at
text
this.
line.
It looked like he was more interested in her because of the fact of her disability, right?
It
So I
did
thought
Kind
too.
of fetish
In the beginning,
situation.
it did, and then
Yeah.
towards
And then we got to know
don't
him
like-
a little more, and we was like, oh nah, maybe but he was smooth as shit. That nigga peanut butter. That nigga smooth. I'm telling you.
smooth.
Did you change your mind?
At
Yes,
the
I
end, I'm
did.
like, I did.
Okay.
At the end, I did because I'm like, all right. Because honestly, what would have make or break him was that whole situation with his high school friend.
Okay, now the war's about to start. The war's about to start because I already know Bree. We know how Bree feels about. First of all, okay, let me set up the battlefield real quick.
Oh,
Jen,
okay.
let me tell you what happened.
Start the war.
I'm gonna set up the battlefield. I'm gonna throw a grenade. Somebody, I'm just gonna set it up, right?
All
So here's the situation with Bree and us, and Derby and us. So we had a discussion in the car. So we kind of were talking about how Shorty, what's her name? The one that looks like a model,
Emma.
Nakazone.
Emma. Yeah.
Emma. I'm saying the last name. I'm sorry. So Emma we start seeing Emma in the backstory of her and Shin, right? So they see each other, we see how they all get together in high school for strange reasons. They're both different. I don't see what common interest they have other than the fact that they like being in the roof eating sandwiches. That's all I see. So other than that, we see who likes who. It's kind of like a I don't know. Who likes who? We see that
triangle,
Emma likes Itsumi. Am I saying it right?
Itsuomi.
So Emma likes Itsumi, and then Shin likes Emma, right? So Bree feels like Itsumi wasn't aggressive enough in letting her know, bitch, it's never gonna happen, right? She feels that the communication was not being had with them two and that he is dragging her along, being very irresponsible as a friend. Because I feel like as a friend...
I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't be that hard.
You went hard.
I think he did not fully turn her down.
No.
I wouldn't say
You
it was
went
hard,
hard.
but he
Okay.
did not fully turn her down and that's what led to like a
She had
3-year.
every
no.
No. Let me play this out. She had every possible scenario of when this nigga could have said, "No, bitch, it's not gonna happen."
Yeah.
In the apartment. No.
Awkwardness
Let me play
situation.
this out. She had every possible scenario of when this nigga could have said, "No, bitch, it's not gonna happen."
Yeah.
In the apartment, and then she said, "You know what? That's not the first time she slept over. So while any of those times he would have said, well, this not gonna happen." That was one scenario. In high school, when they were all together, and she kept on playing to the fact that, you know what, we gonna go out one day, and he could have said no. He never pulled. Bree said that he never came out and fully said no. And I felt all those no's, even though they were silent, they were fucking loud. I feel like they were loud. But Bree said, no, they're not loud enough. He's just an irresponsible person who likes to
No,
play
I
with
did
people's
not say
emotions.
that because I love
Yes, you did.
He's great.
Yes, you did.
I'm just saying, I think it was more I was defending Emma because they were going by she was too aggressive. She should have taken no means no. And I'm just saying, he never really said no.
Wow.
Don't let a nigga know. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I'm letting all the women who are listening, don't ever let a man tell you no more than once that he don't want you. He don't really got to say, you can see it. This dude gave her the keys. I'd rather you sleep here in my apartment by yourself. I'm
not gonna be here. Like
he's
I
like, I'm not putting
is.
myself in this situation, bro.
Thank
I
you.
might miss somebody else.
Thank you.
I'm out.
And whoa. Shit is not safe. I'm gonna tell you, we need to dig on shit because motherfucker, if pussy wasn't a fucking person, it's him. Because the way you had so many ample amount of time to just come out and say, listen, shorty, you know what? I may not be the one that you want, but I can show you I'm the one that you fucking need.
No.
Hold on. I want to defend my boy Shin. Because in this show, he fully does do this. When it finally ends, he fully makes his point known.
That's all right. But
I
have an issue with that real quick. I have an issue with that because I felt like it should have taken her friend to let her know, don't look at the rear view mirror. Look forward. That's her words precisely because, I don't know, that's quotes. Ever since Derby started pointing out quotes in anime, that was a bar. The way she said, it's time for you to stop looking at the rear view and look focused into the future. Maybe this is the guy that you need to be with. And the fact that she had to say that in order for her to realize that Shin was a good guy. He's a caring guy. He's a sensitive guy. He was always there. And regardless, I'm going to say this. He's the most unselfish motherfucker ever. I'm going to say why. The fact that you can still hang with me, despite the fact that I'm love hungry over this nigga and it ain't you, and you can still hang with me and let me complain about this dude and have drinks with me, do my hair for free. These highlights fire.
What a little simp. I'm not impressed with this. I'm not impressed with this.
Wait, he's still a simp. He's still a simp, and I don't like him for that.
Like he charged her.
I don't think he charged her.
So can I speak my piece at least?
Yeah, sure.
Here we go.
If there are, a group of 3 hanging out since high school, and there's some love triangles going on, I will defend Side Effect. And if you hate love triangles, I also hate love triangles. Yet somehow I loved this show. But regardless, just why I say that this isn't fully Emma's fault, and she was not fully rejected. You have this group of 3. They're friends from high school. Now they're all in college, or at least college age. And you have 2 of the 3 friends sure that, yes, a pair are...
Let me pause this for a minute. All right, so for all of you that are listening and watching live as I edit this episode, Bree has this tendency, like she'll let you speak and then she'll spit like some fire to get you aggravated. She know how to push my buttons, and I feel like these comments, these sayings that she does, her piece, she does that on purpose to get me wound up. She says it's good for the show. and what's funny is, hold on, ladies and gentlemen, look at my face. You see, you see my face? Because I'm prepping myself for the bullshit. She make me do this. I don't want to do this. Yo, the way I'm just like, I really, really, really know this bitch is going to piss me off with her saying. And she's going to say something that's going to piss me off. And I know this. But I'm gonna let her finish though.
Together yet, but in the future, it's probably gonna happen. So you have Emma, who's been asking this guy out for a while, getting, I'm focusing on this right now. I'm focusing on that right now. But thinking like, you know what? It's okay. I don't mind. I'll wait. Next week, I'll ask you out again. You say no. All right, I'll wait. You have the other friend. He's like, I have a crush on this girl, but you know what? I know it's just a matter of time. As soon as that guy is ready to date, they'll become a couple. It's happily ever after. I'm not trying to like make things messy in this friend group. So 2 of the 3 are sure. So what that tells me after years is at no point were either of them specifically told, hey, I'm not interested, period. Not right now, okay. Not a maybe later. I'm not interested in dating this person at all.
After about a month is kind of my grace period of I would listen to that argument. After a month of, I'm really not interested right now. You're not interested.
Did both of them think that she still had a chance?
A month of, I'm really not interested right now. You're not interested.
Did both of them think that she still had a chance until he finally dated someone else?
Because she kept going for it.
Then the other guy wouldn't let her know that, like, yo, I spoke to you to me. He's fully not into you. Not just a not right now, because from that third perspective, it wasn't just she's just banging herself against a brick wall. It'll never happen. It's just like, it'll probably happen eventually.
The same way I don't forgive
an extended period.
The same way I don't forgive dudes in the friend zone. Like, after you made your stance known, if you're still in the friend zone, that's on you. Exactly. You can walk away at this point. You chose to be here.
Yeah.
Hey,
he chose to be here. I feel nothing
available.
for her.
Okay, Jen, let's see what you say. We've kind of blocked you out of this. What do you got?
No, because you all give interesting points. I will say this. I will agree with you, Bree.
Yes!
Only in the beginning part of the high school, the high school stuff.
Yes.
That makes a lot more. Yeah. That elevator scene should have told you everything you needed to know. Because remember, she was on him. She was on him, and
like butter on popcorn,
and physically rejected her. And then it got into the apartment, and then he left. Physically rejected her. And then it got into the apartment, and then he left. So all of that should have told you, yo,
you ain't it.
But first of all, we forgot the insult. That nigga said, first of all, bitch, you know you wasn't here last night. Why you saying you just that was another one too.
And that was a correction, crazy correction too.
But still, I would still say that's not quite enough. Because because of this, after that, hold up.
Apparently.
After that, you weren't here last night, so come in, sit down, have a beer, and then I'll leave. I'm just saying those are a little bit mixed message. Not stay out of my apartment.
It's not the only one that's deaf.
Stay out of my apartment. Go home. It's still you can come in and
the only one that's deaf. So you mean to tell me we need to sound like fuck you, bitch? We need to do that? Is that what you're saying?
Man.
I'm just saying Itsuomi knew enough languages. He could have told her at any point it's never going to happen. At a certain point, when you notice
and I get that,
the subtle, maybe not right now, isn't working, you got to just say no.
If you just tuning in, we're talking about
you also got to understand Itsuomi wasn't. He knows it's not like he doesn't know Emma likes her. You know he does.
We know he does, and we know he's a straightforward person. We've seen him with all of his moves directly say what he means.
But he's very careful with his. Oh, he does.
We know he does, and we know he's a straightforward person. We've seen him with all of his moves directly say what he means.
But he's very careful with his close friends and family. You know that too. So this is why he when he got together with Homegirl, he knew that was going to be a thing for Emma. So that's why he went to Shin. Was like, yo, I need you to talk.
Not a girlfriend.
But that was before. He doesn't.
Because look, remember when he handles our main girl's best friend, or not best friend?
What a handle!
Childhood neighbor. He just immediately says, "You know what? This is messy. I'm just gonna handle this right now. You meet, we're going out for drinks. Handle. We've seen him handle things on the spot. So it's been at least 1 full year,
but it's
at least months. We don't know exactly how long it was between them in high school and them in modern day. But all that, he never did. All that directness did not come up.
But that's a stranger.
Emma's a close friend, and I don't want to hurt her like
it might be different situation.
It's a weak point for
I was no, because
at the very least, he knew she did not get his message. So there's a certain point, if you notice, oh, you're not hearing me when I'm nice about it. Okay, just know. I'm letting you down as easy as I can.
That's not my
So as soon as he got a girlfriend, he could end it immediately. But any time before that, he knew she still thought she had a chance, and he still didn't straight up say nah. I'm not interested in you.
Not everybody's built like you, Brie.
Not everybody. Bree's not even built like that. Because Bree not even built like that. Because
what other case did we see him pussyfoot around? One other time in anime.
It just shows me that it's something with the dynamics with his high school friends is you act different with other people depending on your dynamics and friendship and stuff like that.
You code switch.
Then all I'm saying is she at least had valid reason to think she might still have a chance. That's my only argument.
Look,
there is a point in her mind that she thought if he really wants me to stop, he would just tell me.
I will say up to the point, up to the elevator, I would agree with you. I would say up to the. I would be like, all right, you know what? There are some people who are delusional enough that would go for this goal and be like, you know what? I'm gonna keep going until they tell me no.
That's not what you said the other weekend. I'm gonna tell you what Jen said. Jen said he didn't like Itsumi because it didn't make sense why he couldn't get with Emma. He said it doesn't make any sense why. Didn't you say that? You didn't know why?
No, that wasn't me. That was Homeboy. That wasn't me.
My bad.
I had suspicion on Itsumi.
Cut. This part gonna get cut out. Let's act like this never happened. All right. Cool.
I had suspicion on Itsumi.
Yeah.
And I was pissed at the childhood friend, that bitch.
He should have shot his shot, but did not. And I have the same issue about Shin. You should have shot your shot.
Oh no.
Shin fucked himself because the reason why.
And I feel like Shin played into Emma's delusions, thinking she has a shot, because he was also right there next to her, saying, "Yeah, it'll happen." Shin played into Emma's delusions, thinking she has a shot, because he was also right there next to her, saying, "Yeah, it'll happen."
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because he wanted that to happen. Because I don't remember the girl
saying, "Yeah, it'll happen."
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because he wanted that to happen. Because I don't remember the girl, like his other friend or whatever, told her what's the deal with him and Emma, and Shin was the one that said, "I don't have no feelings."
I'll never date her.
Yeah,
that shit.
That was rough.
Hold on.
That was rough for him.
First of all, he didn't just say it.
He yelled that shit.
Yelled it on the rooftop.
I will never
say this would never be a bitch that I would even claim in the least bit, even walk down and have a date with. The bitch was like, damn.
So again, in Emma's defense, she had that guy in her ear since high school, telling her like, "Nah, you still got a shot. Just shut me out of the apartment. Don't worry about it. That's just Itsumi.
I will give you that.
Y'all are gonna get together eventually."
I will give you that.
So
and that's only
it's Shin's fault for
It's Shin's fault.
It's kind of Shin's fault. Shin was just straightforward with the one saying like, "Yo, he ain't interested."
Wait. Pause. Real quick. I think we're missing the point. Who's the real villain? The real villain is Oshi.
No, hold on.
No, he's the real villain. No.
Nah, he ain't really do nothing wrong.
He didn't do anything.
He was sad in a corner, and then fucking Itsumi handled that.
No. First of all, that's a real man. Itsumi said, "I'm gonna make you love me, bitch."
Right.
Yes, bro.
But yo,
I'm gonna tell you right now, I couldn't have the heart to go out with somebody that like my husband just to have them like me. Bitch, you gotta die. Like me. Bitch, you gotta die. You gotta go. No. You childhood friends with him, so that means you have a connection deeper than what I. Done. You gotta go. You gotta go.
That deep,
you gotta go.
It's on me. It was really like, it's not that deep, bro.
Yeah, that's basically what he told him. All right, because Oshi was sitting here sad, like making his statements, whatever, but it didn't matter. He never actually did anything to fuck up that relationship. and Itsuomi nipped it in the bud before it ever got anywhere.
The reason
sign of affection is demand. If you're trying to figure out how to get a girlfriend, if you're an anime guy sitting there not knowing what to do, watch Sign of Affection and take some notes.
No. Itsuomi. Let's be specific.
Don't be Shin. Don't be Oishi. You can be Itsuomi, or you can even be the bartender friend. What's the bartender friend's name? Because he also handled it.
He didn't do much. He just sat around.
Right, but he at least saw when a girl was interested in it and said, "Yeah, sure, let's take this forward."
I mean, listen,
how straightforward, simple.
But that's Itsuomi's cousin.
Yeah, that's more Itsuomi.
Must run in the blood.
But this is wait, hold on. Let's go real quick. Let's go back to Oshi and we're gonna do this. The reason I say he's the villain, I never liked this nigga on camera. I'm gonna tell you why. Every time when it came to Yuki, right? It felt like she was a burden. Yeah. It felt like every time when I'm around this chick, I gotta make sure that why would she be outside? Like, why? Like the simple shit that she's trying to gain her independence. Like, one thing I like about Yuki, she never makes you feel sad about her disability. She tells you this is her world. And every now and then she'll tell you that, you know what? I didn't get a chance to look up at them. I didn't get a chance to see what they were read the lips fast enough. Maybe, I'll be more. She never made it something that you need to be sad for. Never did, right? But here go this nigga.
Yo.
Every time he see her outside, where you think you going? You need to be in the house. You need to do this. You are so like, who's going with you? You're such a burden. But in all actuality, the nigga just doesn't know how to express. This is the nigga from Elf Bride. That's who he is. Don't
put that on my Elf Bride.
Hold on.
Put that on my man from Elf Bride.
I feel like there's a lot of things that he never got a chance to fully express because of the fact that he's just a mean son of a bitch. I get it. But here's the thing. He's been in love with this girl ever since he met her day one. Yeah. And then, like, he learned sign language for this girl, even though he picked on her and was like, oh, this bitch will never understand. Like, why would she come? Like, there was a scene with fireworks, and you know what fireworks mean on a slice of life. So there was a scene with the fireworks, right? And in his mind, you could tell he's like, what the fuck is she doing here? Like, she can't hear anything. But the fact that she was still able to enjoy how beautiful the fireworks were, that's when he was like, you know what, maybe I should ease up on her and she should be able to still have a life, right? But still, he still tried to suffocate her and keep her in that cage. And for that, I will never, ever respect that. Because here's somebody that you love. Why would you cage them? Why would you make them feel like you're a burden? She will never know that this nigga really, really love her. Yeah. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I don't even think he knows how to show that. That's his problem. I don't think he knows how to show her that type of love. Because every time when Shorty see him, she's like, oh shit, he here. Yep. Never on some like, oh, what up, homie? The homie say, oh, what he doing? Why he look at me like that? What the fuck?
What explains it all perfectly. She just says one great line when like talking about him. It's like, oh yeah, he knows sign language, but he only ever signs mean things.
Yeah.
It's like childhood neighbors, like, hey dummy, morning stupid. Yeah. So not like full on bullying, pulling her or anything. It's just being the annoying brat, and he never changed from an annoying brat in her eyes.
What's crazy is that even Yuki like described like the way he signs is like rough and like
a little cruel.
Yeah, like if fuck you, like
a little bit of a fuck you. Yeah, exactly. But not I can't see Oshi as a villain simply because he stood down.
Yeah,
I can't speak to any future seasons or any future manga.
Nigga, what shot does he have? Did you see it?
It doesn't matter that he doesn't have a shot. It matters that he did stand down. Because there are many other shows and many other characters that still go, nah, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna mess this up.
Nah, you gotta know what
you make her cry. I'm shooting my shot. That is fair.
That's fair.
That is fair.
What he said? What he said? That's never gonna happen, nigga. Yeah, hold your breath. That's what he said.
The only thing,
as long as Oshi lives by that, I'm fine with him. Because
the only thing I see happening between like the dynamic between Oshi and Yuki is they're just going to reconcile their past is the past in situation and be friends. Because the way
he's not even at the level where he needs to reconcile. He's not a bully. This isn't a silent voice situation. He's the annoying guy who lives next door. He is the annoying guy who lives next door since childhood.
But this is anime, not real life.
Parents might send him over to give cookies.
This is anime, not real life.
But not even an annoying guy. He's still just a childhood friend. Like you said, not
even friend is strong.
Yeah, I'd say friend is accurate.
Yeah.
It's basically like your best friend who always makes fun of you all the same time.
Right.
It's a homie. It's just we're just a little too close. We've known each other too long, so there's some inside jokes that seem mean to other people, but to me, it's like, yeah, he always says idiot. It's fine.
Yeah,
I've seen him wet himself, so like,
exactly.
That's the vibe between them. I saw him wet himself when we were 6.
Exactly.
But you want to know something?
And he calls me a poopy head. That kind of like that kind of thing. Not malicious. Just he only signs stupid, mean stuff. He calls me a poopy head every time. Yeah. And I saw him wet himself when he was 6. That's their dynamic.
Exactly. We know too much about each other.
Exactly. So that's what, like, at the end game, I don't see him as a threat to you or going be together.
I think as a douche, though. I really do see him as a douche.
Not a chance. And then I also
he's sad. That's about
I see him just getting over it, moving on, wishing her the best as a friend should. And Itsuomi being who he is, he's gonna get another friend in him some way, somehow.
I mean, without a doubt.
So
I mean, wait, guys. Have you ever looked up the studio that did this?
No.
Sign of Affection? No.
Yeah.
And Itsuomi being who he is, he's gonna get another friend in him some way, somehow.
I mean, without a doubt.
So
I mean, wait, guys. Have you ever looked up the studio that did this?
No.
Sign of Affection? No.
Yeah, it's Ajido. This is not a new studio. This has been out since 1978.
They did Bookworm.
Oh, is that just a Bookworm?
Oh,
yeah. So
I mean, it does look beautiful. It does look nice.
First of all, the animation is crazy.
Yo, the
it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. First of all, first of all, you know I'm into fashion. The fits on everybody in this show.
I do love it when they change clothes every episode.
Yeah.
Every episode, budget endless.
Ooh, they did Revenger.
Listen, they did a lot. They've been out since 78. Which I'm surprised to see that, you know, we haven't talked about them a lot. But yeah, they the art is beautiful. But we got to wrap this up. Let me just say this. The reason Sign of Affection has been so popular right now, it's like in my For You page, this is what I've been seeing, Sign of Affection, a lot. And to me, I feel like that's a step in the right direction because it forces people to actually have conversations outside the norm, even in places that you would never think of having a discussion, like a dance hall party. Talking about
wow, good job.
It was actually funny.
It is. It's hilarious, and it propped this episode. And I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to do this. I'm so glad that anime has always been there with different ranges for us to explore different genres, different stories. And this is what really appreciating anime is all about. It's okay to really like your shonen. We're not talking down on shonen. You can like your seinen. You can like all of that. But when you put vegetables on the plate, that's what really make the doo-doo slide. And that's what you
put it on a shirt. Put that on a
and you can like all of that. But when you put vegetables on the plate, that's what really make the doo-doo slide. And that's what you
put it on a shirt. Put that on a shirt. When you eat the vegetables, make the doo-doo slide.
That's what you mean. And being around Jin and other people that's like Jin, being around people like Derby, with Bree, I know what I'm going to get. And it's always a good time because Bree is that type of girl. But being around Derbs and Jin really shows that, hey, you can like whatever. My gender shouldn't stop me from liking just good quality shit. Even if it might be some shitty isekai, which that's Derb shit, you know.
I love it. Trash. I love the good stuff.
He loves trash isekai, but it's just so it's just so refreshing to see men sit down and have discussions, like real barber shop talk discussions on romance and slice of life and fantasy anime. It just did my heart great. And to know that the one guy that actually made that discussion happen in front of us and Jen was a watcher of Black Ramen Podcast. Definitely, we listen. Mission complete. And like, there's nothing more we could possibly do at this point. We've done everything. We've seen the world. We've seen everything but Christ anyway. Let's go. Like, mission accomplished. Like, it does my heart good. And I want to see more of you guys reach out and step outside and see something that you might like. Even go to Barnes and Nobles and try to check out a new manga, a new book, something that's not your typical shit, and then be like, you'll be surprised. Mm-hmm. It's like where you're looking at the book, you're like, where the fuck this been all my life? Try something new. You might like it.
Don't listen to that dumb adage from back in the day of don't judge a book by its cover. Definitely judge books by their covers.
Someone worked hard to design that cover.
Yeah.
I definitely feel a little funny when the book is a different illustrator than the art inside.
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't you trust the person who was doing the art inside to do the illustration for the cover? That makes me be like, But anyway, any final words?
Yeah, nothing, man. I've really got nothing. This is everybody be good. Spread positivity. Read different shit. Watch different shit.
Yeah, watch different shit.
Because you never, for real, you never know. My list of different genres is insane at this point. And, make sure you follow the movement. Black Ramen Podcast, Shonen Pump. We're doing things, and we got a lot more in store for everybody.
Don't we ever? Stay
tuned.
We got some shit brewing, niggas. We got
OD.
You smell that? Woo! It's about to be good. It's about to be lit. But don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we do have our trivia book on Amazon. The link is on our link tree. If you follow us on Instagram, it's Black Ramen Podcast. Don't forget to purchase a book. Don't forget to purchase a t-shirt. It's getting hot outside. You might need the logo to keep you nice and cool. Mm-hmm. It's available. It's on our Redbubble. It's also on our link. Don't forget to listen to us. Don't forget to have your notifications on. And with that being said, we are out. Later. Peace.
Laters.
Okay, so that was the episode, and thank you for allowing me to edit this. Yeah, so dope for that. So, now that that's done, I will have to, it's a process. So now we go here. I'll just come up with a title or something, whatever. And then I save it into my folder, right? Make sure it's MP4 format. So you can actually, with DaVinci, you can actually just go ahead and just upload it from there. But there's still some things I need to do. So I kind of like to put the names of the animes that we spoke about. I might put in some, I'm not even going to hold you. I might put in some, like some footage of the anime and extend the titles. But, and I'm not going to lie to you, this episode really was a long episode. So, chances are I might take some clips out that I might cut it down from parts that look like that we were just going on too much, like rambling. Yeah, so now I'm putting all the clips together. So basically what I did, I made 4 different footages. So I made a footage of me, I made a footage of Jin, I made a footage of Bree. So pretty much all I did was just click on whoever was talking. And that's the person that's going to take the forefront of the screen when they're talking. And after that, I'll go back and forth. And then when I'm done, I complete it and then I just make sure the video is done. because at this point I'm just editing. But now this is not the final form, because now after all this, after I finish switching, now I can go in and add in the clips as far as like the anime that we're talking about, the trailer. I might post a trailer up of the animes that we were talking about, and definitely the titles. And after that, and then cut some things out, and then oh, y'all wasn't gonna tell me I got booger on my nose? Wow, y'all mean. But anyway, after I do that, then I'll just go ahead and add the intro, add the outro music, do a little fade out towards the end, and then this will be up and ready to go on YouTube and on Spotify and on Apple. So the problem is with YouTube, my issue is with YouTube, when we actually post some of these clips, like these anime clips that we were talking about, we get like flagged. Like YouTube would be like, this is not yours, you don't own this. And I'm like, I even try with like muting the sound of the clip, and still it doesn't really do well. Like it'll be like, YouTube would be like, held up, we can't post this because you got a clip on here that's not yours. And that pisses me off like so much. And I'll be like, bro, this is, come on, let me live. But, you know, at this point. But one thing about Spotify will let me do whatever. I can put up a clip. I can even sing an OP on the clip. I like, you know, YouTube, you can't put on certain anime OPs or certain songs because they're like, who told you could do this? But yeah, I just wish I had more stuff to do, because YouTube is what I want more than anything, to be monetized on YouTube. I want to be on YouTube. I want people to see us on YouTube. I want people to connect with us on YouTube. Spotify is cool, but like right now, the majority of people that listen to us, they listen to us on Apple Music. We're like on, I would say 8 or 9 different podcast platforms, but the one that people really listen to us on is on Apple Podcasts. And Apple Podcasts is not like, it's just the audio. You don't get the video. But with YouTube, you can get the video, you can get our natural reactions, you get our facial reactions, you get to see who's behind the voice. And to me, I think it's dope. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's very, to me, sometimes I think it's a struggle to get monetized on YouTube. Like, you can put all the, you know, hashtags you want, but if you just gotta be careful with some of the clips. And I think that takes away from the actual video, because there's so many things I want to do and put on there, but it's not really resonating well. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. So now you know. So now it's rendering right now. So if you see this now, it's because it's actually like I'm putting everything together. It's going to be just one clip. It's not going to be all cut up. Like, this is going to be one clip. And this is where the hard part begins, because now I pause and then I got to rewatch it again and then find out the clips that I want to put in. Like, I remember in my head, but, you know, I didn't write it down because this is my first time actually editing live with you guys. So I appreciate that you guys are watching and all that stuff. So I forgot to actually write down what time specifically and what clip I wanted to add on. So what I'm going to do is actually rewatch it again and just, yeah, that sucks. That really sucks, but it is what it is. I procrastinated today. I was off today and I just sat here and just was like reading. And you know what? Like, I don't think I said this enough. I really, really hate editing. I can't stand editing. Editing is like the worst for me. I really do hate editing. But yeah, this shit for the birds, yo. I really hate editing. Really hate editing. But, you know, it's just a lot of work. I can't wait to get enough money to have somebody do it. But it's like, every time I finish recording, the worst thing, like the next thing that comes to my head every time we have a good conversation, I dread like doing this. because it's like you got to do multiple shit. Go back, add this, take this out, play it from beginning again, go back, add this. But you want to know what's so crazy? I will do all this, right? And you would think I would get tired from listening from the video. I will do all this and then play it on YouTube and then play it on Apple and then play it on Spotify. After I just been after I listened to that episode like 17 times, I'm still gonna see how it panders and see how it plays out. I don't know, I'm sick like that. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, so what did I do today? I was just lazy today. You see what time it is, right? It is officially now like 12:55. It's about to be 1 a.m. I just sat here and was like, yo, I'm just gonna like just chill. So I didn't wake up till like 11 a.m. in the morning. Cause I was live last night too, but I was just like, I just slept in and then I decided to I'm reading Dune. I don't know why I'm reading Dune. It's something, you know what it is? Every time when a movie comes out and it was a book first, I try to catch up and read the book first because I feel like I really want to understand the film because it's a sci-fi film and it's been out since like 83. The original movie came out like 83 or 84. Because Dune is not the original movie. They just remade it. So it came out in 83, 84. And I remember parts of it. And I was like, damn. Before I tap into this, I think I want to give it a shot and try to actually read it and then watch the movie. Reading it is a bit interesting. It's not grabbing me so much, but it's a bit interesting. It's I don't know. It's like I don't know. I'm on chapter 2. So I was reading that last night and I was like, okay, I really shouldn't be reading this. And then, you know, I got my shows, my Ratchet shows. I'm that. I got Zeus. I got Now That's TV. I know. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. But yeah, I'll be watching my Ratchet shows. And then I got to keep up with the anime that came out, that comes out in the season. So I try to take one day and just try to binge most of the animes that came out this season just to see what's Gucci, what's popping, right? And yeah, that's about it so far. So as you can see, I'm a bit procrastinated. This episode should have been out like 2 weeks ago. And then top it off, we have another episode that we just recorded like 4 days ago that I'm supposed to edit too. So I'm not going to bed until I finish this one. And then I think Juneteenth, I am off. So Juneteenth, I'm going to edit the last episode we did, which is the mid-spring anime check-in. So this is where we go into the spring season of anime and it's like, I don't know what did that, but we go into that and then we find out like what animes came strong that we continue watching and what animes we decided to drop. So, so far, so good. I'm trying my best. But if you got anything that you guys want to ask me, feel free to write it in the comments. Feel free to interact. And, yeah. Let me see. I'm afraid to go on my phone to see if y'all really reading comments. Hold on, let me see something. Let me load the volume. Let me see something. Okay. So we decided not to go to oh God, I just froze. We decided not to go to that con with RDC in Texas. Why am I having a brain fart? DreamCon. There it is. We decided Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I I appreciate you for that message. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Maybe I'll do it more often. I would like to interact with you guys and talk to you and figure out like what you guys like. Like if there's any topic suggestions, go ahead and let us know. Yeah. We're trying to make you guys proud of us. We came a long way. This idea just came about with us doing this podcast. It just came just people who just love hanging out. Like our anime meetups, we started out hanging out. Like we met each other at an anime meetup and we just realized we didn't want to go home because the conversations were just so dope. And it wasn't like one of those conversations that you want to fight. Like Goku do this, Goku. No, it was real legit conversations that made you want to go home and pick up a manga and pick up that anime that person was talking about that was suggesting. It made you want to just be creative. Like there was so many times where we talked about artistry, we talk about illustration, that it made me go home and pick up my sketchbook and my pencil, and I was like, yo, I'm motivated. So that's the type of stuff I really want for the community. I want people to listen to the podcast and get inspired to want to do their own thing, whether it's doing their own podcast or actually putting out, a manga or a story or a comic book or just, streaming or just whatever. You should be able to be in a space and do whatever you want and not care about what anybody says and just have fun. This should be therapeutic. This should be a place where it should be your safe place. If you don't have enough money to go to therapy, this should be your therapy. Just doing what you love. So thank you so much. And I appreciate you guys a lot because we do this because of you. Definitely because of you. I always get surprised when people pull up and they say they listen to the podcast or they follow us because I still don't believe it. I really don't. Like I said, I record and I listen. I feel like I'm doing this video. I feel like I'm recording for me to listen to it later. So when I hear that you guys actually listen to it or you actually follow us, that does my heart good a lot. Like even now, like when we go apply for press passes, I really don't think that we get these press passes, even though we got them before, because I feel like there's so many things that I feel like we lack in growth. So all we can do is just keep pushing. I feel like there's so many things that, well, let's face it. The things that we lack of is money. I feel like if we had money, our podcast would look a lot more polished. And I see that, we came from a lot. I think, we showed a lot of progress, I think, still, even though we still need more growth. I feel like we came a long way. We came a long way. That's what I'm looking for. We came a long way. I think, it's been 5 years. 5 years. We've been, the first year we started the podcast, there was no visuals. It was just audio. We never thought about going on YouTube. Well, if we did go on YouTube, it was just the audio. And it was just the raw, uncut version of the podcast. We were just coming around, just talking. You would never see our faces. And then my husband kept on saying, like, no, people need to see y'all. I don't think people would just want to go to YouTube and listen to y'all when they can listen to y'all on the other platforms. YouTube is where people want to come to see the visuals. So then we invested in cameras and then we tried to do that. And that was a little difficult because you only saw one frame of us. And that came to be a little boring. So after that, I was like, all right, cool. We got to find another way to do this. And then this is where everybody started being a little more creative. We got DaVinci. We started taking different frames, different angles. And then now we have a studio, but we rarely go and record in that studio. I think we recorded in that studio maybe like twice, which is in Derby's home. And there's so many things that we have to get done in that studio to make it look legit. Like we need more cameras. And yeah, we got our logo up in the wall. I'm very proud of the studio. I'm very grateful for Derby for giving us that space for us to create and stuff like that. But yeah, I just want us to do more, to grow more, and to just like, have a bigger reach to other people in the community that look like us. I didn't have something like this, growing up. If I would have had like, YouTube influencers or, just a station dedicated to nerds that look like us, making it okay for us to have a space of our own to just like our fandom, I think I would have been so unapologetically nerdy and black when I was younger, because I kept that shit a secret. I didn't tell people, didn't know what I really liked growing up. Like I had my friends from my block, from my hood, and I had my one or two friends that were into anime and comic books that we only spoke to each other because we had class together, and they knew that I liked to draw. And I felt like if we had more spaces like this, kids wouldn't have to do what I did when I was younger. But now that with anime being mainstream and global, a lot of kids are now exploring these avenues, which is great. But what the problem is that the exposure is not necessarily coming from us so much, even though we are the people that made anime poppin'. POCs are what? We're the trendsetters. We're the ones that made anime mainstream. Anything that's mainstream right now is because of black people. I'm just gonna say it. So, now that it's mainstream from these avenues, you're not really seeing the proper representation. That's why I love cons like DreamCon and BlurCon, MomoCon. I saw a lot of representation there, and I love that, where we have safe places to connect, and that's what I'm trying to do in New York. I kind of want like a safe space for all nerds that look like us, like POCs, that we have a safe space to just be unapologetically black and nerdy, where nobody can question why we like this, because it's not the norm for black people to like it. You know what I mean? Which is weird. I don't know. Which is weird. So hopefully that comes into fruition, where we can have a bigger space to a bigger reach on the black community, the blurred community, for us to just come together and just chill, talk about, the stuff that we love, and also support each other, because there's a lot of black creatives out on here that don't have that reach. I like to talk to black authors, black creatives when we go to these cons, when they have their tables. I love to talk, and they get like Concrete Comics. I love Concrete Comics. Their stories are so raw and real, and the characters are so dope. I have like almost every single issue up here, and I love them for it. So I feel like if we had a bigger range, there would be more black creatives that can actually come and have a safe place to market their product, where we can see proper black representation. I'm tired of seeing black side characters that's underdogs. I'm tired of seeing these slave shits, this racist shit. I just want to see original stories of black characters just thriving in their energy and their powers and all that. Like, original stories. I don't want, characters that were white to transition to be remade as black. I feel like that's a scapegoat. I feel like that's a way I feel like that's lazy. Black people have so many dope backs. Like our culture is so full of stories. You can't just tell me you don't want to put the effort in actually making real black characters from a dope ass background. And you mean to tell me all you could do is just pick a white character and just paint them black? It's not cool. It's not cool at all. I want more for us, from us, from us. I always have this discussion with Bree, right? You guys let me know if I'm wrong. So these anime studios, most of them, for the most part, when it comes to drawing or creating black characters in their screens or in putting them in the story, most of the time it's just like playing to stereotypes. And at this point, I'm just like, I don't want anybody that's not black writing black characters or black stories. I feel like you can't do that. Bree's like, well, maybe Japan just needs time to be educated on how to create and write for black characters. Me personally, I'm not down for that at all. The only way we can get proper representation if it's by black creatives. I need them to be in that room when it comes to talking about black characters. I don't need a person to pull out a textbook or whatever, or go on Google to try to figure out black representation. I don't need you to study black representation. I need you to actually be the black representation. So that way we can actually see it and feel it and be like, okay, cool. You know, I felt this. I like this. You know, I could tell this was a black person that thought about me when they wrote this character on the screen. And that's what I want to see. That's what I think all of us should see. For the longest time, and I don't want to sound repetitive, for the longest time when I was drawing in high school, like my major was art, right? Because I was a nice artist. So my biggest thing was just drawing characters I saw in my comic books. But so to be like, the characters I was drawing were white. I wasn't drawing black characters. I didn't know how to, because I didn't see them. And I'm really telling you, I didn't see them. Milestone Comics was not available in my comic book store. I wasn't seeing them. I didn't know they existed. So the characters I was drawing were all white. So I could so one day, a girl asked me, why you only draw white characters? I never noticed this. I just started drawing characters that I saw in comic books. It never dawned on me that they weren't black people on my page. I could never fathom thinking a black person as a superhero until I saw Man of Steel from DC. But even then, when that came out, I was in like 5th grade when Man of Steel came out. This is when the death of Superman happened. And then we had those 4 different Supermans. And then with that, I was just like, it just hit me like, wow, why can't we be superheroes? And then that's when I started playing with hair, like drawing different texture hair like mine. Kinky, curly, coily, loose curls, tight curls, 4C, 3C, like 4B. I don't even think it was 3C. That's 3C? I don't know. But that's what, I was doing, and I didn't know. See, that's the thing. Like, this is why it's so important to have black representation, because when you have it, you see yourself and you take pride in seeing that, hey, there's somebody that looked like me on the screen that has a story. There's somebody that looks like me on the screen that's going through some things. There's somebody that looks like me on the screen that's winning, that's doing the damn thing, that looks like me. The biggest thing, that person looks like me. So that's pretty much what I really want in, the mainstream anime and comic book community. We do have it. I'm not saying we don't. We do have representation. It's just so little of it. So I just want to see more. Room for all black people. So, yeah, so what's up? What's good? Talk to me. Anybody have any questions? What are you watching this season? What are you reading this season? What manga has got your interest? What is it that you want to pick up? Let me know in the comments. Feel free to write. There is a story out. It's not out. It's been out for a long time. Oh, look, it's completed. Ladies and gentlemen, I finished the first process of my editing. Congratulations. Snap, 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 snap. So, there is a book that came out early 70s, I think. It's called The Great Book of Amber. If you guys have heard about it, check it out. Actually, it was one of those books about different alternate universes. This is actually the book that kind of inspired, I don't know if it's true, but I heard this is the book that kind of inspired Marvel in creating these alternate universes. So, meaning, you know how when you would go in one realm and then there's a Spider-Man that's with Mary Jane, and then you go to another realm and there's a Spider-Man that's actually that's like, like something like a Spider-Verse. So this book kind of inspired, Marvel to actually tap into different universes and create different parallel, dynamics with the characters and have different versions of these characters, which I am so intrigued to read to see how that inspiration happened. So I think next year, Kirkman, the creator of The Walking Dead, is supposed to be creating a live action series of that book, The Great Book of Amber. So if you get a chance, pick it up. It's definitely worth it. Yeah, I think you should give it a shot. Why is this so loud? Is this me? Hold on. Okay, yeah, now I'll turn it down. Ooh, that was a lot, people. So, I think I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate you guys for talking, hanging out with me, and just watching this stream. Don't forget to check out Black Ramen Podcast on Apple and all your major podcast platforms. Don't forget to watch us on YouTube. Don't forget, we have a book called it's an anime trivia book. So don't forget to cop that. It's on Amazon. The link is in our bio. It's on our link tree. And we'll keep you posted for the next Black Ramen event. If you guys are going to Anime NYC, we would love to see you guys. Say hi to us. You'll know it's us. If you've never seen us and you're just listening to us or whatever, you know it's us. We're going to have the shirts with our logos on it. I don't think I'm going to be cosplaying. It's too hot. I hate titty sweat. I can't stand the heat. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But if you see us in Anime NYC, come say hi. We would love to see our supporters and want to talk and chop it up with you guys. So, with that being said, everybody take care and hope to see you soon.